Hi, it's Rich at Marvelous Ministries. Hopefully this is something that'll be useful. Jesus, I pray that as I speak these words from my heart and how you have changed my heart and what this message is all about, will help people that maybe feel rejected, abandoned, unloved, or even not normal. I hope the words that you have impressed in my heart will bring healing and shed light into darkness. See, in society, we have a culture that we have taught people and learned ourselves to compare ourselves one to another. There's this ideal we look at. It doesn't matter where it's at. It could be your peers. It could be on TV and movies. Hollywood really paints this theme about, and model magazines and magazines and so forth. In society, where people are valued or more important based upon how they look. And we compare ourselves to these images that society elevates, puts on a pedestal. And if we don't measure up to it, we've been taught to think that we aren't normal. And I'm here to break that mold. I'm here to say, you know what? There was only one perfect human being that walked upon the earth. One. That's Jesus. Everybody else is not perfect. Doesn't matter how they look, how they sound, what they do. No perfection. And that's normal. See, we all are different on purpose. Imagine if all of us were the same height, the same weight, the same looks, identical in every way, shape, or form. Can you imagine that? Okay, honey, I'm going to go shopping. I'll find you at the other end of the mall. Okay. Better send me a picture of what you're wearing today so I can find you, or we'd have to have a microchip in with a transmitter so we could find each other, because we'd all look the same. Can you imagine that? Imagine if we all thought the same. I mean, you look at society nowadays, and it's not okay to think differently. It's not okay to vote differently. It's not okay to live differently. It's not okay, or it's not normal. See, compared to whom? Who's the one in charge of saying what normal is? It's not anybody on earth. If they are, they don't have the authority to define what normal is, other than this. God says it's normal for us to be made in His image, male and female. It's normal. It's normal for us to look different than each other. It's normal for us to talk different than each other. Imagine if we all sounded the same. Johnny, time for dinner, yelled through the neighborhood. Okay. Was that my mom? I mean, what if we're all named the same, 24 kids in the community, all named Johnny, and their mom's voice was identical. Called for dinner. Well, that's one way to get all the kids home. Johnny, time for dinner. Everybody runs home. That is, if they're obedient. But society has trained us to identify with something being normal. It's normal to look at somebody, and I would say this if I was on AGT, to Heidi Klum. People look at Heidi. Men might look at it and go, man, I wish my wife looked like that. Not all people probably think that. I don't. My wife's attractive. I'm still attracted to her. I love and miss her. I wish she could walk. I wish she didn't have cancer. I wish she wasn't paralyzed. For me? No, primarily for her. So she wouldn't be in pain. She wouldn't be suffering. And she would have a better life. But for Heidi, it's normal for her to have insurance policies on her legs, and supposedly one's insured for higher than the other one. For her, it's normal. Howie said that in this video on America's Got Talent about two brothers that both have autism and do impressions. One plays piano, guitar, and drums, and then the other brother sings and does impressions, and he's amazing. They're both amazing. They work great together. Their thorn in the flesh may be autism, or maybe autism has opened up a part of their brain by closing down another part of their brain, and for them it's normal. And we're blessed to be entertained by such amazing talent. Also, I'll notice that their talent is very clean. But for Howie, he said that he struggles or suffers with mental health issues. I don't know exactly what it is. I would just throw out a label of OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. It was something about not liking to be touched. And maybe there's a reason from his childhood. I don't know. Maybe he was just made that way on purpose. Maybe it's not a disorder. Man calls it a disorder. God might call it a personality. Howie, I made you a little bit different. Maybe this is your thorn in the flesh. This is something for you to be challenged with, that you have to focus on overcoming. It's like, be like, God, I love people, but I don't like being touched. Okay, which one's stronger? Your love of people or your uncomfortableness of being touched? For Simon, it's a fear of clowns, and it's pretty obvious it's not a fear of clowning around. I mean, him and Sophia interacting and being like clowns, so it has to be the makeup. And why? There's probably something from his childhood, his life. I don't know. But for each and every one of us, it's normal. It's not okay for somebody else to tell us it's not, that we're not normal. Now, if we don't like something and we go and ask for help, we give somebody permission to judge us. Like if I went on America's Got Talent to sing and said, okay, I'm here because I want your feedback. I want you to judge my singing, my ability to entertain. Do I have a future in it? I give you permission. But for somebody to just flat out judge us, label us, cancel us, hate us, discriminate against us, whatever, all of that has become normalized in society, and it's evil. So if you are struggling in life and you don't think you're normal, compared to whom? If you yourself want to compare yourself to somebody, compare yourself to yourself. Who you were a year ago, a week ago, 10 years ago. And then have an image of who you want to be. Not a different person, but you yourself. Improving upon yourself emotionally, socially, academically, professionally, spiritually, your relationship with God, your relationship with other people. And if you struggle with being accepted and you're longing to be accepted by other people, I hope and pray that you will change your focus to accepting yourself. If you want to be loved by other people, are you loved by yourself? Are you lovable? Those kinds of things. So let's get back to what normal struggles are in life and not let society and the world and even the enemy twist our thoughts and deceive us to think about what society and the world says is normal, and focus on what God says is normal. God made you. You're normal for you. Amen.